Hey guys and girls, have you heard about the latest in bobber fishing? That's right, bobber fishing. The 21st century space age bobber is called Bobba Gamoochie. That's right, Bobba Gamoochie. Pretty cool name, pretty cool packaging. I want to show you exactly how you use these things because this is a great bobber because it allows you to throw about 45 or 50% further than you can with anybody else's bobber. That's one of the things that makes it great. A lot of other things that makes it great, it's not just a bobber that you snap on your line, set it at whatever depth you want to fish. It's a slip bobber, meaning that once you get that rigged up on your line, if you're fishing jigs, if you're fishing catfish bait, if you're fishing minnows or worms or whatever you're fishing on your bobber, not only can you throw it out further than you've ever been able to cast any other bobbers, but you can fish at any depth you want to. If you want your bait to be 2 foot under the water, you just simply set that slip bobber at 2 foot. It's going to fish 2 foot. If you want 8 or 10 or 12 or 15 or 20 foot under the water, you just simply move your knot, your slip knot, and you're allowed to do that. It's absolutely a space age, 21st century bobber fishing machine. I guarantee you. Bobba Gamoochie, this is the way to go. And I've got one just rigged up right here on my rod and reel, just kind of show you. I've got a hook on here. Probably need to put a minnow or some worms on there and go catch some fish on it. It's probably what I ought to be doing. But let me show you just exactly how this works and why it works and how easy it is to rig up. This is the bobber right here. This is the bobber right here, and this bobber is made precisely so it's got a very small hole in the top of it. You got a little bead on the top of it. And then up here on my line, I've got a knot that's called a bobber stop knot. And this is a bobber stop that you can buy at Bass Pro Shop. Yeah, you can buy them in, 5 or 10 to a pack, 15 to a pack, 100 to a pack, and they're very simple to put on. They're the easiest bobber stop that I've ever used. We use those a lot in bass fishing too. That's the easiest one to use. Got a little tube, you slide on your line, pull the knot off the line, throw the tube away, tighten it down good and tight, and you can move this back and forth. It's pretty tight, but you can slide it. See what I'm doing right there? You can slide it back and forth. And then what's going to happen when you throw that bait out there is as this lead falls out, this lead is in the end of the bait, into the bobber. You put it down into your bobber like that. I've got simply a little swivel tight on the end of it. I've got a little line now that's running down to the hook. And so I'm going to have that. That's going to be down below the weight. This weight is it's going to fall down right here. And it's got a heavy weight, so it's going to quickly get to the depth that you want it. The bobber's going to slide up the line. Like in here, it's going to slide all the way up until it hits that bobber stop. Once it hits that bobber stop, that's how deep I've got this set to fish. I've got it set, I don't know what that is, 2.5 or 3 feet. If I want to fish 5 foot deep, I simply slip my knot up a couple feet, a foot, 2 foot. Now, one of the things you can do that's so cool on this, if you're out fishing, you don't know how deep the fish are. Set it to be 2 or 3 foot under the water. If you don't get any bites, move it up another 6 or 8 or 10 or 12 inches. Fish it there for a while. If you don't get any bites, fish it so you can fish deeper and deeper. If you're fishing for catfish, most of the time you want to get down relatively close to the bottom, but maybe not right on the bottom. So you can, how deep you're fishing, get your bait down close to the bottom, set that bobber stop up where it can be 10, 15, 18, 20 foot deep, and you can throw out there with this thing and throw a long way, further than you ever have thrown before with a bobber, and catch fish off the bank that you've never been able to catch before. The Bobba Gamoochie, the system is absolutely fantastic. We'll do a few videos showing how to use them and catching a few fish on them, because that's the fun part. Guys and girls, have you a great one out there. Fish lucky, and remember, I sure do love you.